What's up, guys? Today we'll be covering Russell Westbrook in the league to a quality role player who averaged 23, 7, and 7 in the playoffs. So let's cover this turbulent tale of two LA teams and two versions of Russell Westbrook. Starting with him in the Washington Wizards. The 2021 NBA season on the Washington Wizards, he averaged a triple-double and led them to the playoffs with 34 and 38 record. While they were able to get there, they got swept by Philly in the first round, and Russ had an abysmal performance. Um, After that, he was traded to the Lakers, who wanted a third force offensively after losing to the Phoenix Suns in the first round, and they thought Russ would be the perfect option. And as the season started, it looked like he might be really good. The team started 4-3, and he averaged 18, 9, and 9, which even though the team was 4-3, it didn't look great. Little did they know that would be some of the best they would get. As the rest of the season progressed, he was less efficient. He went down to 18, 7, and 7, and the team flunked out, didn't make the playoffs, and had a 33-49 record. And it was looking dark for the Lakers. Throughout the offseason, they exchanged role players for role players, didn't get better. They didn't fix their gaping holes in their team, and it still wasn't looking good. And it looked even worse as the season started, as they started off 2-10, and Russ averaged 13, 7, and 5 in this stretch. They decided to take him off the bench, and that worked slightly better, as he averaged 16, 6, and 7, and with 3.5 turnovers, which is not great. But the team at the trade deadline was 25 and 31, which wasn't good. But then the Lakers team, they came to a realization they needed to get better players. They acquired many players. They got rid of Russ. They got Jared Vanderbilt. They became a much better defensive team, along with a couple other players that they acquired during the trade deadline. He was traded to the Jazz, never played with them, part of a sign and trade deal to the Clippers, where he reawakened as a player. He went from being a below average backup point guard who has a really high usage rate, turns the ball over a lot, to an absolute stud on offense and defense. Um, he averaged, um, he averaged 16.5 rebounds and 3.5 assists, and his debut for the Clippers was solid, scoring 17 points and dishing 14 assists in a 175-176 loss to the Kings. And he looked way better. He went from 42% field goal percentage to 30 and 33 point to 49 field goal and 36 3 point, which were both the best of his career. Um, and the Clippers made the playoffs. Well, the team struggled in the playoffs. They actually gave them some trouble. The Suns in the first round, which was not expected. The team, Kawhi, he played 2 games for them, was amazing in both. Paul George was injured for the entirety of the playoffs, and it was just a one man show with Russ. And he averaged 23, 7, 7, showed flashes of his former self, and was able to dominate on the boards. And he was relatively efficient, 41, 35 splits, and made a lot of shots. So he looked really good, and he was really impressive. He can be a leader for a team, and I'm just really liking how I'm seeing him as a player. Over the offseason, he signed a 2.5 million 2-year deal, or 7.5 million 2-year deal, which was a steal of the offseason. Considering Dylan Brooks, he was getting 80 million. No, Fred VanVleet was getting 80 million. They're both getting a lot of money, and he was getting that little of money and he's arguably better than both of them. He was the steal of the offseason, and he opened out the 2024 regular season in a win over the Jazz, where he put up 13 points, or no, 11 points, 3 assists, and the team won. So thank you guys for watching this tale of Russell Westbrook and two LA teams. And I hope you guys enjoyed this style of videos. If you do, leave a like. Why not, right? And it would help me out a ton, and I would greatly appreciate it. Peace out.